An Immense World. That's Ed Yong's book about animal perception.
Oh,
It's
I
Oh,
know
nice.
I know his wife.
Oh, cool.
Look, I could toggle between my cameras. Oh yeah, see, that's the
Oh.
integrated
Yeah.
laptop webcam. And then here's my new fancier, better webcam.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
This is like going to the eye doctor. They're like,
Hey,
different. You're
one
like,
or two.
I don't know. You're supposed to fix this.
And then I can also like check
like
options. Do I want full HD, smaller me, or regular, whatever this is, closer me?
I don't know. They're the same. Give me glasses.
You just keep
One.
All
switching and
blurry.
getting
Or
closer.
two.
I just went through that. I went on.
Two
I just went
or
through
one?
went on an eye exam last Thursday, and yeah, I had to go through it, and it's stressful because I'm like, I don't know. I think too,
Oh.
but I'm not sure.
And when I went to the eye doctor, they were having the
Choose
trucker
wisely.
fascist convoy in downtown Ottawa.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, not making a conversation with anybody, just quietly going to the eye doctor.
Sadly, it's the second time I've been to the same ophthalmologist. Last time it was like 2016 or 17. But like I have this ongoing issue that's apparently just never going to be solved. My right eye is blurrier than my left eye, and I thought it was because I'd had a chalazion on there that never quite healed. But she said like all the glands look fine, and it was just like at the end of it, she was like, "Yeah, basically your left eye looks like it has a can't see distance quite as well. So we can give you a prescription if you want, but it's kind of up to you if you want glasses correct or if you just want to like know that that's the deal and because your other eye's fine."
I love it when you reach the age where they're like, we could help you, but
Well, that's just it. I'm like, I was hoping for like, oh,
I think that's just how it is now.
you need it.
This is
She was
broken.
basically like, how much does that eye thing bother you? It's up to you whether you want to get a prescription or not. And I was like, I'm not gonna bother then.
I would rather not know good things.
'Cause
Lest I
usually-
get used to them.
Well, when I'm like using my readers, I don't even really notice it. I have to. That's what's frustrating. It varies. Like sometimes it's blurrier than others. Sometimes it's almost the same. And so I thought, to me, it felt like that gland never healed. Like maybe my eye wasn't always getting lubricated correctly to varying degrees. No, twice I've been now, and twice I've got no answers. I'm like, I have no faith in you anymore. I'll just keep.
I'll only
digging.
trust in homeopathy from here on out. Oh!
It's a good response.
It
It's
is sad.
just
I do.
putting water in my eyes.
I do feel like that's my general feel when I go to any medical professionals is like, I don't really feel like you diagnosed. I feel like you just, they want to get you in and out as fast as possible. It's like, what's your problem? Yeah, okay, cool. Antibiotic, bye. Did you really like think about what's going on with me? Hey, it's a mandala.
Hey, it's Amandala. Look at these buddies.
I need to open the
Oh, yeah.
chat.
Oh, is that it's Amanda.
Oh, is
Hey.
it? She changed her name?
No, it's a
Different Amanda?
from improv.
Oh, not I'm a T-Rex Amanda.
No.
Oh.
No, we
Yeah,
have-
Amanda's
we
been
have to
doing
have-
some awesome chess streaming these days.
Yeah, playing a lot of chess.
Oh, cool.
Super
Playing all
cool.
the chess.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
I like that it tells us first time chat from viewer.
No pressure.
Labeled you. It's like, hey noob, welcome to chat.
What's up?
Oh, I should update my.
Let's see. What threats do we have? Oh, it's
None. We've
nighttime.
solved them all.
That's right. Not
I
true.
made best friends with an exciting woman named Miss.
I mean,
Grapevine.
you did. Thanks for coming by and chatting. Yeah.
I need to undo dark mode on our spreadsheet because it inverts everybody's pictures. and
Oh,
it looks
yeah.
weird.
Let's see. What do we have? It's nighttime. We have Sally No
Peter's
Face
finally turned into a cat.
with all the usual things.
We all knew it
Where's the
was
killer
coming.
We
hiding?
knew this was
Complexity
coming.
4. How's the killer choosing the victims at complexity 6? What's the true identity and what drove them to this madness? Complexity 8. And we got 7 clues. Limehouse Lurker is resolving the threat by luring the vampire into a scene reminiscent of his home life and then destroying it or making arrangements for it to safely feed on a regular basis. Complexity 4. We have
Second one.
Friends.
just have to do that now. And for Fig's Pigs, Patrick Fig thinks he's a bird, and now we have to lure him out into the open and capture or destroy him. There's also a complexity 2 question. What did La Hortensia Fig lose that she's trying to recapture?
Just
another?
Wile E. Coyote piles of bird seed.
And a giant box with a twig.
Yeah, and it is. Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. It is dusk, so we will be choosing our night work, or resurrectionists.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Well, I would like a body part
Body part.
to complete
Getting so
my
close.
project.
You just need a heart, some legs, and some junk.
So we determined for sure
Just
that
build it from the
Patrick
top
Fig
down.
thinks he's a bird.
Patrick Fig thinks he's a bird. Yep.
We failed at
Oh,
it and
yeah,
then masked up.
Sean.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, well,
Sean is
should,
gonna be involved.
should that be checked off then? Is
It's
it-
not solved yet. It's not resolved yet. So there's the
Oh, because that's
yeah.
okay. So you check it when you read. I'm just
You
looking
know
at.
what we're
I'm
gonna
trying to
do
figure out.
tonight?
Trying to figure out how to tell what we've answered versus what we've solved.
Yeah, I've been putting notes in the answered ones.
Got you.
I don't think I did that for Limehouse actually. So, but yeah, there we go. Oh, because we haven't.
So,
Yeah.
for my
Need to
second
resolve.
night thing, do we want an extra person hanging around with us?
Ooh,
Forcing Mark to create a new grave digger for us to.
we've still
So,
got
Somehow Lloyd is back.
Wait,
Gerald.
oh, yeah.
Gerald, who we did.
I don't remember
Kind of-
anything
kind
about
of sorry.
Gerald, so probably not a
He's
good
a
sign.
blank slate. Yeah.
This is a very echoey room.
Gerald is just relentlessly bland through the whole thing.
Yeah. Does anyone know where oh, Gerald's here. Okay.
He's-
Do we want a person? I don't really need any more objects, but I could get more in order to hand them to Francis.
I could always use more objects. I have no unchecked.
I have a
options.
lot of them.
Your next advance is going to uncheck all your objects, right?
I don't think he
Oh
has
no,
one.
you're gonna uncheck all your boxes of reflection.
Yeah,
I just
so I
have
need
one.
to start
Yeah.
messing up that reflection really bad.
Yeah. Mess up that reflection.
Yeah, let's have a friend. Let's have a grave robber with
Of
us.
thralls. Cool.
Man.
Let's bring Jared along.
Gerald.
And of course, Blowback.
Oh dear.
So far has not been a problem. More like opportunities.
It
Blue
is.
opportunities. I think you mean.
I made a new friend. She's not stable, but neither am I.
Francis did not clear Busybody, right?
No.
Francis does not have any physical appearance things. So
He looks like a busybody.
he looks like a busybody. Cool. Paint the scene question for Hargrave House then. Let's come into the ballroom. How about that? Hargrave House once
We have a
hosted a
ballroom?
group. Hargrave
right.
House once hosted a ball for a group of visitors from the Fey realm. Even today, there are subtle reminders of that
Oh,
night
so it
in
could
this
be tiny.
room. What are they?
Is this room a diorama? In Francis's room?
There is not a tree with a knot hole in it. That is not a thing that is there.
Anyone who says that is a liar.
Anyone who says-
There are, however, I feel there are still vines growing up the walls, which we decided was kind of cool. We'd leave them.
Nice.
I really want there to be a guest book.
That would be cool. We could definitely do that.
I don't know if there's anything magical about the guest book beyond that things are written in an inscrutable text in them in a variety of hands on its blank pages.
Bunch of
Nice.
Fey names in there. Lillian Woodgrove.
But when you try to read whatever the strange symbols are, it gives you a nice, reassuring, warm sense.
Nice.
Had a great time at Hargrave.
There are zones of the room. Different, almost weather patterns.
Funny, scary.
Yeah, funny, scary, sexy.
Sorry, I'll stop interrupting.
There'll be genres splitting up this room. But like if you're in one corner, it's kind of wintry,
Hmm.
warm in another.
Nice.
As if a spell had happened there and just not quite
Kind of
Oh, yeah.
lingered. Awesome.
spell
One part
smell.
just smells miscellaneously like licorice.
That's a plus.
Delicious. Let's see. Did we do the mudlarking one? I don't think so.
That does not sound familiar.
All right, let's do.
Mudlarking.
Yeah, moonlit mudlarking on H11. The Port of London is one of the busiest in the world, and with so much cargo being loaded and unloaded, the odd crate ends up overboard. The ebb and flow of the Thames deposits this lost cargo up and down the riverbank. Under the light of the full moon, the desperate or optimistic pick through the sucking mud of low tide, stinking of shit and rotting fish in hopes of finding treasure. Who would like to do the first bit of the unseen? Paint the scene. What debris from industry, trade, or home life is found washed up on the mud banks of the Thames? What does it tell us about the city?
I have a hit on it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
I think we're sort of panning across and we see starting out kind of zoomed in on a few like pins and bits of leather straps that are scattered through the kind of glinting in the mud. And then slightly larger things like a busted up crate and things like, and maybe a small, like a little piece of machinery. And then it just pans past like a series of stylized sculptures of heads, kind of like just reduced down to geometry. Like polished and gleaming and half buried in the mud, one after another after another.
Lost statuary.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Ooh, yeah, and I got hit on the next one.
Cool. I didn't ask y'all what you are wanting to do tonight. I did not follow all the instructions.
Oh,
It is nighttime.
get drunk and party.
Woo!
I mean,
orders.
we're ready to resolve some crap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Limehouse
have,
lurker.
Limehouse and Patrick.
Oh yeah, the burb thing. Burb thing.
Burps.
And the Limehouse lurker, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, we could still try and solve Sally No Face at a deficiency of 1.
Yeah.
No problem.
Or do one of the lesser ones at +1 or +3.
Yeah,
You
I'm
were
game.
saying-
I also have been traveling all day, so I'm super sleepy. It's a choices.
Everything's
Multiple choices is
Yes.
welcome.
Keith, you had a hit on the bird thing, right? It sounded like you did.
With Sean, something to do with Sean.
How to
Oh,
solve
yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I remember-
it's
I mean-
solved. It should need to be resolved.
Yeah.
They just need to. The task is to lure Patrick out into the open and capture or destroy him.
Patrick.
How do you get Sean out when Sean's hiding away from you?
Put ice cubes under his butt.
Chickens.
Our chickens are. We have 2 broody chickens right now, and they are. One is an angry velociraptor and will murder you if you try to move it, and the
Oh,
other one
no.
is just like, I'm dead.
You push her out of there, she'll just fall on her face.
So we put ice cubes under the butts to try and make them uncomfortable in the nest, but there's like these eggs are cold. That's fine.
We should keep these warm. They've gotten really cold.
We should keep these warm.
Brood harder.
Rude.
I'm betting that Mr. Figgy Pudding, he's a bird. So he probably collects things, but he's also a cannibal. So he probably collects things related to people,
Oh,
maybe even parts.
Shit.
So
Should've been his friend.
Got
so-
like an ossuary nest sort of thing, like nest of bones.
So maybe like Sean could find them and bring like a human ring and be like, "Hey,
Don't you
I
have
found
a
s-
rosary of tiny animal skulls and finger bones?
That you
Sarah
got from the
Arkman?
I
fig-
do, I do.
Oh,
I got
it might be Patrick's because you got
I
it
wonder if
from
that is
the
his.
meat pie shop.
Oh no.
Oh, that's even better. I'll give him like one of the things off of that rosary. Give Sean that is, and Sean can like try to find him and basically be like, "Oh, here, I found this thing over here." And,
I have
so,
a bone saw. I can get us more.
And so Patrick Fig will be like, "Oh, it's my thing. Show me where it is." And Sean will come show him where it is, and that's where we'll be waiting.
We'll be right on the Omega Cliffs.
Ah, yes.
Just follow it.
Yes.
Okay,
so
Gerald.
Damn
Oh,
it,
gonna
Gerald.
get
Keep
started.
up, Gerald.
capture or control or destroy him. Yeah. So we can
Capture or
have
destroy.
some kind of trap.
Giant
way
bird
to
cage.
Spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a net or something. Some kind of net trap.
Yeah, misnetting. Like the birds, when we banned birds, they have these nets that are kind of see-through, and they run into them, and then they fall nicely into a pocket.
Aw.
Yeah. I was gonna say I don't know
Okay,
how.
and you can pick them
how
out, and put little things on.
I'm about to say I don't know how you how do you trap a bird if you're looking to trap a bird?
That is how you trap a bird.
There you go. What Nicole said. That we're gonna do
A
that.
giant mist net for a human. Or you could get it with a butterfly net
A large human-sized.
if they were
Butterfly
a
net.
bee. A tiny bird. But a human who thinks they're a bird. I bet we could, I mean, the cliffs, like try to convince them to fly.
You can fly off the Omega Cliffs.
Oh my god, I love it.
I mean, I didn't want to keep overdoing the Omega cliffs, but like they are cliffs. Maybe Sean, he could be flying with Sean. Like, would you like to go with a fly for a fly with me, brother? And they keep flying, and then does the Wile E. Coyote thing.
if we could resolve a second threat off the cliffs, that would just be golden.
And then Mark's gonna X card the.
Oh no, the cliffs,
Willoughby Cliffs.
the cliffs are your old house, right? Is that the? Oh no, those are different cliffs. They're not the cliffs that your wife went over.
No. I think
Different
I
cliffs.
think they were. We lived on a different set
Yeah.
of cliffs. I do believe.
Okay, cool.
A lot of
Yes.
cliffs around, I guess.
A lot of
Or
cliffs.
did
It's
we?
England. It's England. Awesome. So yeah, is that what you want to do? Try and trap him somewhere? Maybe the cliffs.
Yeah, and then Sean can I like Nicole's question is, see, here's the thing we don't know. We don't know, is he crazy enough? He thinks he's a bird. Like, does he have any self-preservation to part of him that's like, I can't actually fly, so he's not gonna try to fly off the cliff. That's where maybe Sean could be kind of look at him flap his wings come on, dude, flap your wings and come off the cliff with me, because the stuff is down here at the bottom of the cliff. Fly with me to the bottom. Yeah, exactly. So he'll lead him to the edge and then basically try to tell him, stuff is down here at the bottom. Come fly with me.
Or fly so gracefully that reason just leaves.
Oh,
Whatever
nice echo.
vestiges of reason Mr. Fig has just vanishes. He has to leap into the sky.
there's
Yeah.
definitely lots of potential for the echoes of our mud searching for objects.
So that's the plan. That's right.
Statuaries.
All right. Recall also that this was solved with a 7, which is probably going to make it more dangerous for you. Also note, we don't know what kind of bird.
That's true.
Cassowary.
Oh yeah, it could be Austrian cassowary. He's bitten me really hard.
He thinks he's a
Hi,
T-Rex
folks.
because technically dinosaurs were
Yeah.
birds.
Yes, he's just a dinosaur.
Oh damn it.
And every time someone goes, I thought it was a bird, he pulls that fact out. He's like, well, you know, technically, dinosaurs are
God.
birds.
I'm a dodo bird.
No, he thinks he's a Canada goose.
Oh no, I'm extinct. Ah! Or a
Oh, no, no.
hummingbird.
In that case, we'll hit him with a meteor.
Cool. So it sounds like we're gonna try and use Sean and his presumably his little rosary to lure him somewhere. Do you want to lure him to the cliffs, or are you intending to lure him somewhere and take him to the cliffs from there?
No, lure him to the, like I said, Sean will lead him to the cliffs. And when they get to the edge, that's when Sean's like, yeah, I found this down here at the bottom. Fly with me to the bottom of the cliffs.
I bet there's more.
Yeah.
More of your stuff you lost.
Are you
I'm just giving him one little
intending
bit
to
off
be-
the rosary. Yeah.
Yeah,
One little bone.
at the cliffs with them, or just hoping that Sean is just going to do the job?
We should probably have a backup
The
plan.
contract out.
I think we should do nothing.
Seems pretty straightforward. Just assume Sean
I
did
feel
it.
like Sean's very. If we don't trust Sean, then
That no one is
So
worth
excited.
Sean will come
It's
back
really
to
funny.
Hargrave House, tick off the box, get done.
The cock.
and then go off and go back into the Sean RPG that
It's gonna be flawless. He's gonna lead him right off the cliffs.
Sean is doing a really tactics
Okay.
heavy combat RPG.
How about this? Like, so plan A is Sean leading him off the cliffs to his death. Plan B, if for some reason that doesn't work, we have some way to capture him, since that's the other way we can resolve
a
it.
big giant nest that we're building, and we ask him, we get him. We've obviously made errors in the nest building. According to, and Sean has instructed us on how nests, the common mistakes in building a nest. And we've started it, we just made a whole mess of it. And so we want him to go in and correct us. And while he's in the middle of the nest, we drop a bird cage on top of him. Like in that mousetrap game.
We need a
But it's a
bathtub,
Rube Goldberg.
a bowling ball.
I haven't had a lot of sleep today.
You're doing great.
This is gonna get complicated.
So it sounds like step one is getting Sean. Well, step one is finding out where he
It's
is.
the easy plan.
Right.
Oh, no.
Then get Sean there to lure him to the cliffs, and then back up. So, where do you think he might be?
Oh no.
Where would you be if you thought you were a bird? That's the question.
Somewhere high up.
Looney bin.
The tree.
Perched on a roof.
Maybe he's on top of the roof of the asylum.
I could send Sean out maybe to like check all the popular
He is
bird spots. around.
Ripped up. He's ripped off all the bird keeper offers of the
Like,
asylum.
hey,
and
where,
purchased there.
go check wherever there's lots of birds gathering, you know, because I think Fig would probably he'd see, big flocks of birds that all gather like in a certain park or something and around feeding time, or that's probably where he'd go to be with his brethren. Basically, yeah, we're all just like, we're just gonna take the day off, Sean, do a lot of work for us.
Sean.
Let's see. It's Sean.
And then each of us controls one of the body parts of Sean as we go through this adventure. It's like the
It's like-
time
Oh my god! No, flap at the same time.
my sister and I
No.
tried to play the goose game where you both control the goose.
Oh,
And
wow.
it she's probably not watching this, but it was a lot about our relationship. Eventually I just gave
Like
up
a-
and just let her drive.
It's like the QWOP game.
Just
Like trying
Bouts
to.
of overperforming and underperforming for each other. Anyway.
Cool. So it sounds like. Well, let's see. Do you want to do a ritual using Sean to try and find him?
Probably good. That is Sean's specialty as well, as seeing
Yeah.
Yeah.
other places. So maybe, yeah, we could send Sean, around through this ritual. Hold on, let me take a look at my sheet.
Christian rituals with birds. Augury. Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh, no.
I mean,
Thanksgiving.
What is a bird sacrifice? What?
All
No.
bird.
Oh, you know what?
There's a
Here we
lot of
go.
sacrifice.
This is good. Because I could use the rosary.
Oh, what about the Noah's Ark dove? Sending the dove out to see if there's land.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And the dove brings back an olive branch. And they're like, guess it's fine.
Yep.
Fuck, what?
Well, I feel like we're already perverting that, sending a crow out
Yeah,
to
crow
find
instead
a
of a
man
dove.
to
Ooh.
lead a man to his death.
Bring back a briar.
So I feel like we could use the rosary. Well, actually, that's right. I already get to use Sean on this, so I don't need to use another item to get advantage, right?
yeah.
Oh, wow. And earlier in Genesis, Noah releases a raven, which never returns.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Fuck that bird. Bye. And that's why there's
I
no
forgot he
ravens
had one
today.
before.
Oh, wait. Wait, so did he have more than 2 ravens?
Oh, shit. So that other raven was really lonely for the
I
rest of his
feel like
life.
you're finding plot holes in the Bible, Mark.
How is that possible?
The boy raven knocked up the girl raven. They had eggs. Then they sent the raven off.
Oh, gosh. All ravens.
Okay, here's the
Born of
plan.
incest.
I'll hold the rosary. I'll channel my energy into Sean because here's the thing. I'll bet, because this rosary is made of tiny animal skulls.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll bet maybe Patrick has gone to some of the locations where he procured these tiny little animal skulls. So I can use those to guide Sean to the locations where these animal skulls were procured.
Mm-hmm.
We can hit them and see if Patrick's in any of those locations.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I like that idea. Great. That sounds like it's going to be a sensitivity roll. So how are the tell me how the dark spirits, the dark entities are involved in the ritual.
Because they obviously have to. It's about the deaths of these creatures, and so it's sort of like finding the particular death fingerprint of the various creatures on this rosary. So like this
Nice.
skull, find the death resonance of this little skull, and then the next skull. So it requires some help from the dark underworld.
Hey, it's Furstenfeld. Yeah.
Furstenfeld.
Cool. So that sounds like that's a ritual, which is a sensitivity roll with advantage. So that's 3 dice, top 2 plus 3.
Okay, well, first let's do the 3 dice.
Switch back to the dice roller.
That's gonna be that's gonna be 11 plus
14.
3, a 14.
Dang.
We know more about where Fig is than Fig does.
We found out too much. We don't wanna
Fig
know
is like,
anymore.
I'm a little bit lost, and I know exactly where
Probably.
you are.
We got you, man.
That's not a whole. It's not too difficult.
Know where you are, where you're going to be, where you've been.
Yeah. So I think where do you send Sean off from?
I think I feel like I do a lot of my rituals when we're doing from base operations out in that courtyard in the middle of Hargrave House,
Nice.
so you can fly up.
Yeah. So I think it looks like Sean takes off, and you see a bunch of the dark entities kind of like swoop up with him, and kind of like fan out. And then Sean kind of not dissipates, but like Sean's essence kind of like goes into all of the different dark entities that have spread off, and they kind of like have spread around London, and they all start to converge on one spot, and Sean alights on top of a building, and all the spirits kind of like lock back into him, and he is sitting on a rooftop with a young man who is kind of perched on the ledge, and kind of zooming camera back, we see it is the Figs Pigs shop, in fact.
Are we sure that's a man and not just an unusually large bird?
The man is he is young, but he's got
Feathers tarred on him.
some city miles on him.
yeah, I mean he's got a little bit of time on him. But yeah, he is not covered in blood, but there's a fair amount of dried blood on him, and it looks like he's tried to stick like pieces of paper all over himself. And he's kind of like looking out over the city, and he seems scared, but also kind of searching for something. And Sean kind of looks, perches like maybe on a chimney next to him, kind of behind him, and he, like, the man stops, and his head turns around to look at Sean, and his eyes kind of go wide.
The man's eyes.
Yeah.
Sean just blinks back implacably.
Yeah.
Sean does his best to, like, gesture with the animal bone. Got a cool animal bone over here.
Did he take the whole rosary or just one?
Because the whole the ruse is that this is a piece
Yeah.
of the rosary. He's going to take him to the rest of it.
Yeah, I think he makes a grab for Sean.
No.
Never grab for Sean.
Let me have another sensitivity roll.
Just a normal
Birds don't grab other birds. That's
Yeah.
bird rule number 1.
So clearly he thinks
There
he's
are
a
the
bird of
rules.
prey.
How about a
True.
9?
That's a good point.
A
Birds
9,
grab birds
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, so kind of like Patrick is perched on the edge of the building, and Sean is back on a chimney. Patrick's head is like swiveled around to look at him, and he just kind of like jumps up and makes a, like, he grabs for the chimney with his hands and kind of like pushes himself up, and just tries to like wrap himself around Sean. But Sean is A, small and fast, and B, perhaps still partially incorporeal, and easily gets away from his grasp. But I think he did get the bone from him when Sean like flew off. And he kind of he like looks at it, kind of like puts it in his mouth, rolls it around a little bit, and scampers inside. Let's do the second unseen.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I got this. one.
Moonlit mudlarking. 2 youths come to blows over a case of whiskey with a couple bottles still intact. As they push and shove in a slimy mud, how do we know this fight is about more than just the find?
Ooh.
So,
Appropriate.
yeah, these are, I guess so the 2 rival kind of group gang leaders are usually have their territory very well marked out. It's a classic Romeo Juliet situation. And the 2 youths are coming across, it's what was it, Clyde and Benny. And Clyde and Benny both come across the whiskey case, both thinking it's on their side of the line, both reach for the bottle at the same time, looking up, realizing it's each other. And And they start tussling and grappling, and one's in the mud and the other's in the mud, and it goes from being kind of violent to being a little bit sexual, like a little too close. And obviously these two have some history. And the fight is really not about the whiskey. It's about showing their men that they do not deeply, deeply want one another.
Nice.
Gay panic.
I'm okay, you're gay.
Classic
Hmm.
mud battle.
So, what is Plan B? If he's not being led off.
Oh, I guess we
Well-
have to get involved.
Plan B, we
Building a
give up.
giant
We,
nest.
we give up. That was our plan.
Yeah.
Didn't work. I'm
Well, we do
going
have
to
this
bed.
room with fairy stuff, so I wonder if we made like a little nest.
Fuck this. I'm pissed. I'm out. I'm going getting drunk on absinthe.
Oh, I guess we'll have to go to the building that he's in.
You've been there before, yeah. Does everyone want to go?
Yeah, let's do
I
it.
mean, I am okay with going. And I do think that Francis at this point with the busybody condition. Like,
Yes.
we
we
have
should
to
probably
take it straight to him.
we should probably have another plan.
And Gerald will be going with you. So,
Oh, god damn it.
All right. So we know.
Paloma, what is Gerald's defining characteristic?
I'm gonna find a random adjective generator. Vague.
Yeah.
He's one of those people that's like the Victorian version of the like spiritual bypassing person.
Mm.
Who like says things that you agree with, but they're never quite concrete. It's always like, oh, that just goes to show you that, but there's never actually, he never speaks in any specifics. He never has any anecdotes, just has like pithy sayings. He's like, just speaks like a fortune cookie and only has pithy sayings all the time. And it's just really fucking horrible to be around him. Because you're like, yes, but we're people and having an actual problem. And he's like, oh, well, that is well.
I do think we immediately ask Gerald if he has any ideas for how to take care of or what to do for Plan B.
Yeah, and I think Gerald is because
He's-
Gerald was there when you started. He was in the first one, and we haven't really seen him since. Harley's kept him kind of busy. I think he's kind of an old contemporary of Harley. They've been doing this for a while, and I think his vagary and sort of non-presence has done him pretty well.
Yeah, Harley tends to be the talker.
In
and
fact,
doesn't
yeah,
really
probably
listen
like
well.
as you're like waiting for the Sean report, like it's kind of like just like there, like, oh right, yeah, Gerald was showing up tonight. She's like, oh yeah, he's in the room. I forgot.
Oh,
What was your name again?
Geraldo?
Joel?
George?
George.
Jerry.
Listen to you, George.
So yeah, you can head over to the figs shop for sure with Gerald in tow.
We need a plan.
Yeah.
Let's not just go.
I don't see how that's ever gotten in our way before.
So we know he wants the necklace. So I obviously I've got the bait. I mean the rosary, not the necklace.
Hmm.
So what do we do with that?
Hmm.
We could continue. We could continue. I mean, we should probably head over there anyway to be part of this.
Do
we
we
could
have
cont-
any ether or anything like that? Chloroform.
Paloma probably does.
Well,
I would think so.
I've got a bone saw, and I probably have those things.
I would imagine that you do in the lab.
Because
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea of, at least at the first phase of this plan, continuing to have Sean taunt him. Like I'll give him another bone, and Sean can like fly on a house and try to spot him in a window and like sit on a windowsill, like, peck at the window like, I got another thing, motherfucker. And try to taunt him,
And then they lock eyes.
get him to
Yeah, I
run
think-
out of
Take
the house
music
into
plays.
our trap or whatever we want to do.
Yeah, and I think I didn't give enough detail on the roof. I think in my brain it was kind of like Daredevil sky, but I think it's actually like a gabled roof with a window into the upper floors, and he was just kind of like had crawled out onto the roof and was kind of perched on the slope of the roof.
Yeah.
And then when he went inside, he just sort of like clambered back up and went in the top story window
Hmm.
to the upstairs flat.
Taunt him to make him off his guard. That's when people make mistakes. Make him angry.
And get
Maybe-
chloroformed.
Maybe we can make him angry enough to fly off the roof.
Oh, Gareth, Sarah, can you do a spell where you are flying? And Sean is also flying.
And you're just beckoning him to fly.
You're just like, come join us.
Lost Boys, yeah.
It's a good question. I don't know the
Oh my
limits of
God.
my rituals.
And Joel's like, well, you know what they always say, the best way to catch a bird.
I think Francis is like, thinks this is wisdom. Like,
Gosh,
that
the
is
two of you together.
profound.
Francis
Dr.
is like
Sati,
taking
did you hear
notes.
what he said?
I think so. I heard the words.
Tell us, Gerald, what is it they say about the best way to catch a bird?
I don't mean to go on.
Oh, it's been like this all day. He wasn't even supposed to come over until the night.
I'm pretty sure they've never said the best way to catch a bird is with a rosary made of tiny animal bones. Pretty sure that's not a saying.
How dare you, sir? Here is George trying to give us the profound wisdom of his profession.
Well, that might be your problem.
See? Pulls out a little notebook to continue writing.
And the shop is like, the police are not modern, so there's no crime scene tape or anything, but they had been there since the deaths of the other two policemen in that location, and had done another little sweep of it. So yeah, you know that at some point this building was empty recently, and he's returned for some reason.
Don't lock off the doors, you get pigs all over again.
Option C, just burn the whole place down with him in it.
Wouldn't be our first time burning a place down.
I mean, you know.
So this is London, and these are not detached buildings.
Tragically flammable London.
Like tragically flammable London.
That's the thing about a flammable city. You should learn from it. Rebuild.
200 years late.
Are there any other terrible things that can be done to the building? Do we still have old moves, and is there some way to turn that against someone?
Oh, wait,
You
I have
do,
old bones.
yeah.
Nicole
You
has old
absolutely
bones,
do.
Yeah.
Do you want to
Yeah.
try
Oh,
that
he's
old
got
bones
all
it?
the people he's killed. I'm sure.
Mm.
Oh, we can make. Well, I mean, I don't.
Well, I was
really
talking about
control
the
it.
old bones being the, like, you can interact with the architecture of a building, right? Is that kind of
Yeah.
how it works?
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
I
so
talked to the
that's-
ghosts that are in a building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, sorry, is
Old
that what you were
Bones
talking about?
says,
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
when you have the cosmic passage marked and touched, listen to or otherwise attuned to a building's architectural details, roll a sensitivity. On a hit, a ghost will appear and answer a single question you pose to it or perform some small task. Your choice.
We
Any
could get it
answers
to.
could be a clue.
So all the little creatures that he's killed, we could probably get them to tantalize him into flying.
It's just good that Francis doesn't have old bones because I have a feeling he would always waste it. The ghost would appear and he'd be like,
Like,
"Could
oh,
you
hello!
fetch us some tea, my good man." All
friend.
right.
What are you wearing? That is so retro.
Where did you get that hat?
Anytime
your
we try to
question.
get Francis to do anything.
Yeah. Do you want to try Old Bones? That sounds like fun.
Sure. Francis can't be driven, only pointed in the direction.
Yeah.
Cool.
can
That's
be
with
Francis
sensitivity,
too,
which you have a
like
+2 in.
Dang.
Do you want to use a thing?
Oh, and I think I'm supposed to dismiss the possibility of supernatural explanation despite everything I've experienced. So
Ooh,
I chose that this time, now that my sensitivity is higher. And I'm
Oh,
like,
thanks for
how are we gonna
reminding
make
me.
this happen?
I haven't looked at
Nice.
my questions.
I think I also need to touch some guts. Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Get
I
up
think
in
you
your
won.
guts.
may have the opportunity.
They have the opportunity. All right. So I've got +2.
Yeah.
An old
Did you want to
bones.
use a
Yeah. I got a bunch
item?
of shit. Let's use some stuff. So we're trying to talk to the Figs place, which is probably got a lot of stuff.
Probably got a lot of stuff.
What makes sense for me to use or reference?
Ectoplasm, mausoleum key, glass eye.
Oh, there was a Dr. Moreau style hunter. That's where the bone saw comes from.
Mm.
Well, that might frighten them. It tends to. Glass eye.
I mean, I feel like the
I'm open to
grimoire is always
ideas,
kind
yeah,
of
I'm trying to
appropriate
look.
because you know you're kind of new into the supernatural, so you might be consulting the grimoire.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, to summon the ghosts from the house.
Yeah, or just
Yeah.
remembering something that you read in it. You don't have to have
Yeah.
it. with you.
And that could tie into me dismissing it, where I'm like,
Oh yeah.
Sarah, I've been thinking about this science and magic stuff, and I don't think it's that different than the scientific method. Watch this. I'll read this one. And if it's science, it should show up and be replicable. And the same thing should happen every time.
So
And
you're
if
rolling
it's
with
magic, then
advantage,
not.
which is 3 dice, top 2, +2.
Okay. Oh, and I'm talking to ghosts.
Talking to ghosts.
Old bones.
Oh,
Talking to ghosts in all the wrong places.
As a 5 and a 4.
Bring us a
Is
figure.
a 9 +2 is 11.
we also
Um,
like to name our roles. Very funny things. I did especially well this time. Bring us a figgy ghost.
Bring us a figgy ghost.
11.
Bring us a figgy ghost.
Go.
11.
A figgy ghost.
11.
This one goes to 11.
How many ghosts does the building have? 11.
Oh gosh.
I'll go to them.
Oh, all the ghosts.
Yeah. So where? Tell me what it looks like as when you're doing this.
Oh, I don't know.
How are you interacting with the building?
Last time I just like put my hands on the wall, right?
Mhm.
I'm treating the building like a body.
Mm.
And so I diagram out to, and I'm over explaining this to everyone, and really kind of only Gerald is listening.
He's like your little TA.
Yeah. Or I'm like, buildings are like bodies. They contain their structural elements, much as we do. They have their bones, but they also have their energy centers. There's their pipes and circulatory and digestive system. So if we can only reach the heart, much as we found the energy center of the subway system, the train system, we can find out where most of the activity is happening. Energetic activity, I would call it, really, not so much ghosts. And by that has already like chopped up the building and is it looks like a Grey's Anatomy diagram now.
Oh yeah,
It's like, and so it should
What is
be
that?
about
the Vitruvian man.
Yeah, and I think as you're kind of lecturing, like people start sort of fading in, paying attention to you until there's like a crowd of like a dozen or 20 people.
Oh gosh.
Like mostly the kind of like the top halves with oh no, they're like spectral but kind of solid looking. Like they have texture and color, but a lot of them are missing an arm or a leg or like a chunk off of their flank. And they're just kind of like staring at you with empty sockets, kind of nodding along as you explain.
Yes, this will be on the exam. Turns around and is like, oh,
And are you doing this outside or inside?
outside, yeah.
Yeah, so they're on the street, and it's like you have a like, and it's not. There's still people out.
It's like last time where only I see them, or so Francis and Sarah don't see them.
Everyone is, yeah. It looks kind of like you're conducting a ghost tour, only you're giving a tour to ghosts instead of this is.
Correct.
Okay, yes, I'll take 5 more questions.
What question would you like to ask, or task would you like for them to perform? And you can do it without giving them anything in return, since you rolled an 11.
Did we want them to help us with Fig in capturing him? Maybe we asked them to go after Fig, get their revenge. I assume that you all have been harmed by the same person that we're after, or by his brethren. Now that you know a bit more about bodies, I was wondering if maybe you could help us make his body more vulnerable. So I'm asking them to kind of go after him and debilitate him, not kill him, not
drag him down to hell. I mean, you saw me do that. Maybe they got inspiration.
I also tried to do this with Gareth's body.
Oh.
Just a little bit of opium.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
And I do have like chloroform and stuff where I'm like,
drag him to hell.
No,
Yeah.
Sarah.
So I think one by one the ghosts walk into the building through the front door, which is closed, and so
or did we want him to die?
I think a small task is not murder. So they will definitely they can definitely corner him. Yeah.
Get him. Yeah.
They can drag him to hell, but they can drag him to the floor.
Yeah.
Pin him down.
And they go in, and you. Let's see here. Yeah, so each one is like missing an arm or a leg or a piece, and they all go in except for one, who is a woman missing an arm.
Who wants to join us?
And she is just kind of standing next, like kind of like not all the way blocking the door, but just looking at you.
Were the instructions not clear? You don't have, if you please, I guess.
Francis is like a hair's breadth away from introducing himself to this ghost if he can see it.
Can they see the ghost?
Everyone can see her.
Okay, cool.
She reaches out with her arm that is not gone and grabs you by the front of your coat. And says, "Leave my boy alone." And as you get close, you can smell the sort of blood and sweetness on her. And this is not a ghost.
Oh, well, Hortensia, I presume.
Let's do the next unseen.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Bad things.
Blowback.
Oh, goddamn.
Older woman picks through the mud, lost in her own world. She does not seem able to focus on items of
Perfect.
monetary value. What do we see her collect?
Somebody else's.
She's digging through a crate that is washed up on the shores, and you see like a couple other scavengers, kind of like this one's kind of they've obviously been following. It's like, oh yeah, there's some reason they like following this woman around, and they're just kind of waiting. And as she pours through it, she like brings out like a pretty nice pocket watch. It's like tosses that over her shoulder. The other one's the other two. I think it's the other. I think it's the other two from the other. Who are their names?
Benny and
Benny and
Clyde.
Clyde.
Benny and Clyde.
They start like wrestling over the watch. I know you got the last thing. She threw away. And then she like picks up, she finds some pretty nice jewelry, tosses that aside, and they're scuffling over that. Goes on like this, you know, things that you would really think scavengers would want. And then she finds like this old, it's muddy. It's been in the mud, torn up. There were photographs this time, right? Or at least in our world, we have photographs, right?
Yeah.
A photograph, and she's like, and she kind of looks at it and just stares at it a minute. And she has like a bag, and she pulls out like a big, just gross, muddy scrapbook and flips to a page. And then like there's a page, and then like she has a little jar with like a cork in it. She pulls the cork off and like swirls her finger around some sticky gunk, kind of smears it around the back of the picture, and goes, puts it in her muddy scrapbook, and then closes it up and keeps looking.
Nice. What's up, Lux? So the rest of you saw all the ghosts file in, and you see this one who is possibly not a ghost, accosting Paloma. What do you do?
Into my tour.
I think, yeah. Oh God. I think Francis jumps in to defend Dr. Sappy.
Nice.
Like, this would be the time for high dudgeon if that were a move, but instead it's just ineffectual high dudgeon. The busybody thing kicking in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Trying to pull La Hortensia back. Hortensia back, and how dare you? This is a woman of medicine.
It is. Make a vitality roll. You get good vitality.
Okay.
+3.
+3, no advantage or anything. Nothing I have that would give me advantage. Okay, cool. One moment.
If only she had that cowboy hat.
I do actually.
Oh, I thought you gave it to
I unchecked all my belongings. I
Yeah.
guess Jenny still has
don't-
it, but I can.
You don't
reference
have to physically have the thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
true. Yeah.
6, 6,
Oh,
and
my.
+3.
Yeah.
15.
That's the Francis roll.
Yeah. So tell me,
I've
tell
ever
me what
seen
you
cuffs.
do.
How very dare you, madame, is the roll name. Very good.
Um,
15.
yeah, I think this is like, I think he tries and fails a couple of times to firmly and politely like push her back from Dr. Sappy.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, she's
when
wild-eyed and
That
very
doesn't
invested.
work. I think he physically, like almost WWE, picks her up with both hands, like troops away.
Nice. What do you do with her?
That's a good question.
I've not been asking night move questions, by the way, so I've got to
okay.
do that. Yeah,
What?
but you've been succeeding all the time, so it doesn't matter.
Our
What should
imaginations.
Oh man.
You could just hold her there for a while.
The third night in a row, I probably won't use my beacon in the night because we're already coming into contact with threats. That's what my
Oh,
beacon
man.
in the night does.
I mean, you can bring another one in.
All right.
Let's all meet in one spot.
Let's get this over with.
I mean, let's see. Like the useful and helpful thing would be to like tie her up or restrain her or something. I
Mhm.
think if we're near the Thames, he's just going to hurl her into the water probably or something.
I think you're quite a ways from
Okay,
Thames, yeah.
Let's see. Because I do like the notion of now he's got this like angry woman in his hands and he doesn't
Mhm.
know where it becomes an out of west bomb situation. Let's see.
Oh, that's very funny.
Yeah, what is in the immediate area, I guess.
It's kind of just shops.
Hmm.
It's a dirty, London street.
Yeah, he carries her around a bit and then remembers, Dr. Safby, do you still have the ether?
Oh, yes.
So I think he kind of carries her back and like restrains her so that Paloma can put her on her.
Nice. Awesome. While that's happening, you hear quite a commotion inside the shop.
Hmm.
The two of you are still by the front door, kind of. Where the ghost went in.
Think so.
Sarah and Dr. Safby.
Yeah.
I would follow the ghosts. We don't know if they're even doing their jobs.
Yeah.
Gerald, go follow the ghosts.
Yeah. Do you think Gerald went?
Gerald needs to manage the ghosts.
Yeah. I think Gerald kind of like
Ghost Wrangler.
slunk in while everyone else was doing stuff.
Oh, hi, new friends.
Yeah, we
Another
got a lot
TV
to do.
viewer, Full Metal State.
Yeah. What's up?
Acts 2. Nice. Good to see ya.
Welcome,
Yeah.
everyone.
Welcome. We're just trying to murder cannibals.
Like you do.
Like you do.
Yeah, this definitely counts as cornered. So you hear this
Full Metal State says hello.
shrieking. Oh, hey, what's up? Shrieking from inside while you're trying to figure out what to do. And then there's a crash.
Oh,
Heath, can you roll 1d6 for me?
You got it, bud.
mystery roll.
How about a 6?
Okay, that's great. So as Paloma is administering ether to the woman, there's a crash from above and just a it's not a hoot, I guess, but it's a little like a screaming squawk, like someone who doesn't quite know what a bird sounds like necessarily,
Have you ever heard a chicken?
trying to be a very angry bird. And
Cuckoo-racoo.
you look
Oh,
up
God.
just in time to see Patrick Fig crashing through the window he had scurried into before, leaping from the second story straight at Paloma. 1 to 3, 4 to 6. Paloma, what do you think? What are you afraid might happen if he
It squishes
lands on
me.
you?
Flattens me.
No, he misses you and dies. Oh, that'd be horrible.
It would be
Oh.
so sad.
Yeah. I'm worried I'll be squished and die. Really bad.
I think even worse than that, he's
How?
he's
How could you do it? I did the worst one.
acquired some sort of weapon while he was inside, and manages to, like, as he's flying down, just like sever an arm and roll off with it and just get into just start gnawing on it in the street while you bleed out, just eating your arm in front of you.
Yeah, you're right. That is somehow worse. Good job, Mark.
We always throw down the gauntlet, but it is always.
We always
Yeah.
try. I'm dead, and everyone I love is dead, and we explode. And Mark always finds a way.
But
So
what?
that's a vitality roll for you.
Oh no.
Oh shit! Am I desperate? Well, I guess I'm not. I can't
Not yet.
make it into
Maybe
mother's
soon.
love. Maybe soon. So that's 2 dice.
Dun, dun, dun.
Maybe do I have my bone saw like hanging on my?
Your call.
I
would be excited if the bone saw came.
I feel like I have it on like a scat on my
Little strap.
like hanging off in case I need to like pull it out.
Yeah.
So
Never
maybe he
gets
could land
dull or
on
dirty.
it.
Maybe. Let's see how you roll. So 3 dice top 2.
I don't want to
No
min
pluses?
max it though too. I'm also happy to be crushed.
Smoke
by
them if
this
you got
man.
them. Yeah.
I'm just really excited to have like a hero moment with the bone saw.
You also have masks just in case.
What did I do with it last time? Oh, I think I cut something. I cut the
think it
tentacle
was
off.
a
That's how I got the
tentacle, yeah.
tentacle. I got a lot
Yeah.
of things. Okay.
3 dice plus nothing.
Like-
Top 2.
The anime version of this freeze frames on like, yes, the bone saw coming
The
up while
flash.
while
and then
the attacker is jumping
Yeah.
down.
landing and then falling in half.
Oh gosh.
Ooh, so that's
Oh.
a straight 7. So he
Not a
I
fail.
think I had that saw though.
Yeah.
yeah.
It would have been a 2.
Ooh, yeah.
Hmm.
So
Maybe-
he does
Cuts me.
manage to tackle so he's coming at you from above, and he kind of, so aside from the crash of the window and the screech as he's coming down, there's no like noise as he's coming down, and he
Owl. He's an
manages
owl.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
he is an owl.
Specially designed
or
feathers that
he thinks
prevent
he thinks
sound.
he's an owl, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. He manages to like grab the woman, and as you like, he does have a not like what's his name, Aubert's like big knife, but like a smaller, like a paring knife, like that's just what he could get his hands on, and he does like make a slash for you as he comes down, but you are able to either get out of the way or knock it out of the way, but that gives him enough time to just like grab, kind of like he was trying to do with Sean, just sort of like grabs her and does a like a little roll and
He's so
stands up,
grabby.
and he's got her just standing like basically on the other side of the street, and he makes a run for it. What are Francis and Seraph doing?
He rolled away with Hortensia or wherever the
Yeah,
woman
he
was.
just swooped her out of your
I
hands.
would I want to hold up his rosary and be like, oh, you're gonna leave without this?
Ooh, nice. Ooh, I like that. What are you afraid he might do if he doesn't just fall for it?
Well, I'm afraid that he might be able to get to me before I can toss it to Sean, which is my next part of my plan.
Mm.
But I'm hoping he's not too quick at getting to me, because he was pretty quick at rolling across the street with Ma.
Yeah, he's pretty quick, so I think it's going to be even worse. Yeah, I think he not only gets the rosary from you, but takes your hand with it.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, dang.
It's all right. I can get new ones.
No, we just established that they are.
Oh no.
They have
True.
expirations. Switch before using up the body.
This is going to be a composure roll.
It's just straight up, or can't use anything, or can I use things?
You can use something if you can justify it. Yeah.
Let me see if I have.
I mean,
anything.
you haven't used the rosary yet, so you can use that for sure.
Hmm.
That's true. Yeah, that would make sense. Because I am literally using it.
Yeah.
In this role. Okay, well then let's do.
Yeah, show them how fun it is to play with.
Here we go, big bucks, no whammies. That's a 5, 6, 7 plus my what?
7 plus 1 is an 8. All right.
That's something.
That is something.
I mean, you know,
Um,
better than a sharp stick in the eye.
Yeah. Let's do the last unseen.
Oh, and that's back to me, I guess.
Yeah. Several
Oh.
bedraggled children poke a bloated corpse with sticks. Those who do not double over retching rifle through the waterlogged effects. What last traces of this person's life or death do they run off with?
Okay, and I think we match cut from Sereth holding the rosary to a beaten up, dirty rosary in a corpse's hand.
Nice.
And that is the bloated corpse, and we can pan out and see children poking at it with sticks. And yeah, so most of the kids are vomiting over or just grossed out by this and finally give up.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey, do you want to see a body?
but yeah, I think yeah, it's a boy and his mother are the ones who are left behind to take the last things, and one of them takes let's see, there are going to be a couple of other items. Like one of them dislodges a gold tooth from her head. It gives way easily. Another notes a glass eye and picks that off, and
Nice.
and then finally the kid picks up the rosary, and the mother compliments her son on the good that might get a good price, and then they walk off.
Nice. So I think Patrick puts the woman down on the other side of the street, who is starting to like groggily come to, and starts like tentatively walking towards Sareth, kind of reaching for it. Still looks like, even though he's had like these little bursts of violence, he's still very like skittish, like not aggressive, just like he wants his shiny back.
Well, yeah. Just
what do y'all do?
Well, my intention was to now throw it to Sean and have Sean and resume the plan.
Keep away.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, he's just like slowly walking towards you. Like,
I was basically going to toss it to Sean and be like, Sean, destroy this. Take it where only a bird could go.
Oh, shit.
And
that
Sean
what you want
knows,
to do?
That means lead him to the cliffs. That is my plan, yes.
Even though he's in arm's reach. Okay.
I mean, I'm certainly not going to punch him or anything. We're going to lead him off the damn cliffs.
I mean, I could punch him and then we could take him to the
Well, you
cliff.
guys can do whatever you want to do. This is just my part of the plan. I mean, you can take this distraction for any kind of advantage you can make out of it.
Let's see. And I don't have any objects I can use for advantage or anything. So really, I can only get myself in trouble here.
Yes. So therefore.
Yeah, and I have no powers that are
the four of you could probably take him without too much trouble. Like, although he does think he is an owl, he is not.
Well, I've been messed with now, so I could probably use a mother's love.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It does feel like I've tried other things that were not violence, and now here we are needing violence.
Do you feel like Sareth is in danger?
Oh, maybe not yet.
Because he doesn't seem aggressive right now.
Yeah, I don't think it makes sense for me to use a mother's love until someone is like in danger.
Well,
I forgot that was made it too specific.
I do think that Francis is still in busybody mode right now, so I do think that means he's going to try and tackle.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, that's good. Can we have multiple options?
Yeah.
Well, then maybe Francis will be in danger.
Just the cliffs are really far away from where we are right now.
Sure.
We just push him the whole way
we'll
there.
Get there before morning.
He'll chase Sean. Sean will
What's
stay.
Gerald doing right now? What's Gerald? Is Gerald with all the ghosts?
Sean will stay within chase range.
Gerald's having a ghost party inside, but he's
Gerald, get the fuck back out here.
Yeah, so what are you afraid might happen when you tackle him? If it doesn't go the way you want.
I think I think Francis would be most afraid, and and this would last until dusk, I guess, with the power, but he's still got the knife, so he's just gonna slash him across the face in the attack.
Your beautiful face.
Yeah.
Yeah, even worse than that, I think he'll like use his agility to kind of roll over and get on top of you and not only slash your face, but kind of like start peeling strips off and eating them like jerky.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Cannibals.
Okay.
That's vitality. That's +3.
So I will tackle. And I'll roll for that.
Tackle.
And that is 5 + 3 = 8.
That is an 8. All right. So you are able to tackle him easily. You easily
Oh,
overpower
no.
him. And I think he gets the rosary. He like just as he's like got his hands around it, you tackle him, and he's more focused. Like even like when you have him on the ground, he's more focused on like having his thing than the physical danger he's in. So he's pretty pliable right now.
Ether.
Ether. I was thinking the same thing. Ether. Yeah, we're all on the same page there.
Chug.
And I think Paloma and Gerald kind of see the woman across the street like look as if she's going to start back, and then kind of like gives Paloma, just like fixes her and kind of like sizes you up, and then just slowly turns and walks into an alley and vanishes.
Great.
But yeah, you have Patrick Fig in custody, I think, is the upshot of that. To do with what you like. What do you like?
We're not allowed to make him a roommate, so.
Well, we can turn him over to the authorities for a change, I suppose. Couldn't we?
Ooh,
I don't think the cops will
actually
do
could.
anything about it.
I mean,
Oh, maybe I should take him to my lady cop friend and say,
Oh, yeah,
here.
Special delivery.
yeah. I mean,
Y'all are doing nothing.
capturing does resolve the threat. So
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
taking him to the lady.
Don't I
cop.
have her card now? I don't know.
yeah, you have her. Yeah, you have her. You know where she is. She's
like the one I know that I didn't murder.
yeah, Sergeant Mallory.
Mallory. All right.
Yeah.
We're taking you in, Sergeant Mallory.
Just to refresh,
What is-
we have not answered a question today, right? Because none of us have it checked. I think we did yesterday,
Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
because I don't think we actually answered
Yeah.
a question today.
Yeah, I think you're right because you were
Because we all leveled up.
went out and were hanging out with at the club.
Because I thought I remembered us being like, "Oh, and we'll solve this tomorrow night or whatever." Once.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I was alone with the vampire at night, and it was like not a great time.
Yeah. But you
that
did
means we
resolve.
haven't touched that today, have we?
Yeah. But you did resolve this. So done.
Bam.
Boom. Yeah.
Only
So
thing I've
let's-
checked so far.
Let's
gonna be
take
a
a little
bad
break,
day.
and then we'll come back to the police station and see what that looks like.
Oh, I can't hang out with Mark on my break.
I know. We're gonna go in the other room and be like, no.
Just Fortunato.
I've been waiting. There's no one here. All right. I'll see you in 5.
In 5.
Thank you, 5.
Turn some lights on.
Is the night phase.
What we're dealing with.
Spooky.
Have my
All
window-
right. I think, yeah, we can go to the, let's do a little scene at the police station before we go to Dawn, I guess. So tell me
We're
what it
just
looks like when you bring him in.
I imagine we're like leading him there with like little, like cockroaches and lizards we find, just throwing them ahead of him. And I'll be like, she's Sergeant Mallory, right? Captain?
Yeah, Sergeant Mallory.
I'd be like, Sergeant Mallory, I brought one in for you.
Yeah, and I think that like the whatever the Victorian equivalent of desk sergeant is there, and they're like, what, like, what is happening?
No, don't clean up those lizards. We need those.
And I think as they realize what's going on, they quickly like get him in irons and like hustle him roughly off to
Don't let
wherever
them near
they
your face.
put people like that. And Sergeant Mallory comes out. She's just like, how did you find him? We looked everywhere.
Apparently not at the former Fig's house.
We
Our own house.
we tore that place apart. You should have seen some of the things that we found.
Did you?
Well, we found
I
a
do think
fig.
Francis immediately says, "Did you check the roof?"
The roof.
In fact,
No,
we
I mean,
found
it's-
2 figs, one of which got away. Both
sorry.
at the house.
La Hortensia, you found as well.
Paloma's just looking smug.
So he was hiding on the roof from us.
Initially, but then he went inside to the top
Probably
floor.
in barns or in small openings in trees.
He thinks he's an owl.
He thinks he's an owl.
Yeah, just wait for the pellet to come back up. I would put him in a room with carpets.
Ooh. Well, thank you very much. You have our gratitude. Where might we find Hortensia? La Hortensia.
Last we saw her was running down an alley in front of the Fig's place.
And nobody went after her.
Oh, we were busy capturing
You're
this
so
one.
busy doing your job, Sergeant.
Oh,
What were you doing here? Just hanging out
I
here.
was researching a case for someone who I thought was a friend.
I'm sorry, it's us bringing you
Oh.
1 fig gift wrapped, not
Sorry,
enough.
my apologies, Mallory.
Oh no!
I just got too excited. We were all being victorious, and I got caught up in the moment.
I think
And I don't
Francis
usually
tries-
like cops, but I like you.
I think Francis tries to explain the subtext of what Mallory was saying,
Oh,
just
no.
because of the stupid busybody condition that I need to get rid of.
We've really got to take Francis shopping.
Yes,
He's in such a
please.
mood today. Don't like it when
Oh.
he gets like this.
Paloma, I forgot to give you a condition when you got swooped. And I think the condition I wanted to give you was pray.
Oh, okay. So I'm probably not acting like this then.
You might be just out of people act different ways when they feel cornered.
Yeah, maybe I'm like a little weird corner.
Yeah, maybe that's why you're like acting out. Cool,
Otherwise,
but you're
like
able
a little
to
smug mouse.
do that without any more
More
Complication.
complications.
Yeah. Um,
Usually brought on by my mouth.
yeah, someone's mouth. And Dawn arrives. Let's see. Paloma, what part did you get?
Oh God. Legs.
The legs. Ooh.
Got legs.
What do the legs look like?
I'm just imagining because the ghosts we saw were sometimes missing limbs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But that was I tried to pick like a corollary. But the leg, what does the leg look like?
Yeah. Is it like adult, child, big, small, full,
Oh,
rotten, skeletal,
yeah,
Sexy.
it's like a
sexy?
rotten, sexy leg.
Pirate.
Like would have been very beautiful, like
Mm.
dancer's leg. Beautiful olive skin, but now it is gray and rotten and
Nice.
bugs in it.
Yeah, I think Gerald kind of disappeared when you went to Scotland Yard for different reasons.
Gerald.
And
That's
kind
fair.
of like on the way back from it, he intercepts you with a sack, a big burlap sack, and he says he'd been
For you,
moving
my
around
lady.
in the basement of Pigs, and
Oh,
seems like things were dug up and turned up, but no one thought to clean up. So
The
I know
one
that you
time we
particular
don't want Gerald to be
and-
specific.
Gerald, just keep it vague.
there's a lot to choose from, so I picked the best one for
Oh,
you.
God.
I don't want to know.
Oh,
Yes.
That's a leg.
Thank you,
Nice.
Gerald.
Heart and junk left.
You can go back
Heart and junk.
wherever you
Heart
go.
and junk.
Yeah, saving the best parts for last.
Cool. No mask prompts need to do. Sweet. Let's answer the Dawn questions and get experience.
Get my whole one checkbox.
Yeah. I've got nothing else
Resolve
to
the
live
threats.
for,
Oh,
so
but you had an echo of the night.
Yeah,
there.
everyone can check the echoes. I think y'all hit those.
oh yeah, that was pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yay, 2 checks.
Ooh, did I do guts? Probably not.
I didn't see any guts.
No, I didn't get any guts.
No vulnerability, no ornate over the top erotic experience.
One of these days.
Francis.
Yeah, I'm now in a weird game
Yeah.
theory min-max corner where I need to do a lot of damage to the painting before, or do like 3 or 4 more damages to the painting.
I did that with my objects where I was like, I've got to use these all up.
I mean, I didn't have anything that counts as a face-to-face encounter with a dark entity, did I? I mean, I kind of interacted with them a little bit. In
Yeah,
Ritual,
you
but
interacted with them, but none of them like got in your face.
Yeah,
They were
yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of like tools.
wasn't
like
really a
FaceTime.
face-to-face.
Yeah, it was more like GPS. Oh, Masterpiece Meatless is here.
Ah,
Masterpiece
Meatless.
Meatless!
Our
Masterpiece
favorite
Meatless.
skull. Our favorite skull. Cool. Take your experience.
Yay.
Pick new questions if you want to.
Yeah, why bother?
And
I didn't do them. They're still fresh.
Still fresh to good.
Let's
And then
see
we're
here.
in daytime.
New dawn question. Yeah.
It was a very professional takedown.
Went exactly as planned, except not.
Vaguely
as
WWE.
as B planned, I guess. There was no giant cage, but
Still say we should have made a nest.
I
All
like
new
it.
Mega
I was on board.
pretty sure we had a nest up on the roof, but we just didn't see it. It's a big
We
nest of
didn't stick
bones.
around long enough to.
Yeah, daytime.
I walked away from over the top erotic experience to just express a clear preference for the beautiful over the mundane.
Nice.
Although-
Yeah, we have some time to do some day stuff if you want to see what's next.
Let's see, threats. Oh, do we? Oh, we don't get a new threat because we still have the
Yeah.
third pig, and we still want some Sally No Face clues for that.
Need, yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We only need one more no face clue before we can roll
Break
even.
even on that. Yeah.
No face clues.
Well, I feel like
Gareth or Vittoria did give no, Francis an
yeah.
invitation to that private showing.
Oh yeah. And what is that? Okay, so that is
Would probably be a
associated with
great place.
Victoria Callis. And is that today, I suppose?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Francis is got to go.
That is an open invitation. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That is when it's convenient for you, it'll be arranged.
Yeah, I feel like that should be a thing we do. It would be nice to touch both the No Face and Pigs mysteries today or threats today.
Yeah.
But
Was the private showing to do with Sally?
yeah, Sally
Yeah.
No Face.
Well, you could, while you're off doing that, you could go investigate where we saw La Hortensia go and see if we could
Oh yeah.
rustle up
Yeah,
any
I think
clues.
Paloma and Mallory maybe go after that.
Yeah.
I'm imagining Paloma like kind of stayed over at the police station talking to Mallory during her shift. Paloma like doesn't really want to like this cop, but does.
We'll keep learning new things that Mallory does or thinks that.
I hate this woman. How can someone be so opposite of me? Anyway, so I stayed there all night, and then now here we are in the morning.
Let me tell you all the things I discovered about her that I don't
I
like.
hate her. We like different foods.
Let's start with Francis. So
Different bedtimes.
Oh God, I still have busybody, don't I?
Oh,
You
we got
do.
to get you shopping.
so you so basically you would talk to Vittorio and he would arrange it.
Oh, I need to switch my points into XP, don't I?
Oh yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay. And I guess Paloma has the same thing.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
mine just
yeah.
don't matter anymore. So,
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Oh, that's right.
but let's do the game anyway. I've got 3 XP.
Keep checking boxes.
Oh, I do need to get new questions.
Number
Oh, holy
goes-
shit. You've checked all. How did you do that?
Yeah, I won the game already, everybody. I'm
I've
just
still
playing
got
for fun
3
now.
check boxes to check.
Paloma has ascended.
Oh, wait a
I've
minute.
done
No,
a lot of romance, so
I don't
I've
think I
kind of
do.
won.
because I don't think I ever checked my right a custom move, which I did.
Oh yeah.
So I actually only have 2 check boxes left.
Oh yeah, you still get your body swapping going on.
Oh yeah, we gotta play with that.
All right.
So sorry, you were gonna. Oh yeah, I would.
Yeah,
go to
so it would-
Victorio about it.
Yeah, Vittorio, and he brings you in and offers you all the pleasantries. Makes some tea and has some polite conversation first.
Francis just gets completely distracted by this.
And
Sweet, man.
he says,
Oh no.
you're sure you're interested in this? You're positive?
In the middle of like daintily eating small candied fruits, he
Yeah.
nods. Yes, of course, I love art.
I will take you to the gallery. I'm afraid you will have to be blindfolded. This is a very exclusive.
Oh
thing.
no, and I don't think. Well, let's see. No, busybody doesn't really enter into this. I think he's just very excited. Like that makes it more enticing to him.
You did make Vittorio a thrall, did you?
Oh boy, who can remember anymore?
I don't think you did, but I think he made himself one. Or he's like an aspiring thrall. Like he got to see a piece of the painting and was like,
right.
I am in this cult if they will have me. I don't think he's an official thrall, but I think
junior thrall.
If you wanted to thrall him, you could probably do that without marking the painting.
Oh well, okay. So I'll tell him that I'm gonna see how he does with this.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to bring a friend.
And they bring 2 friends, and they bring 2 friends.
Pyramid scheme so you can keep marking your.
Cool. So he he has a very fine silk blindfold that he like takes out of a weird little ebony inlaid box that
and
has
Francis is just cooing over all the
and so he
expense.
and so he puts it on you and leads you out through the back of the shop and lead you around a little bit. I'm trying to think of what do you care where he's taking you? Do you try to like figure out or just kind of like go along with it?
I think Francis probably starts out thinking I'm supposed to figure out where this location is. It could be a clue. But then that drifts away on a cloud of like, ooh, we're going to the secret but showing place. You know, he sees it as a game that he is excited to play along with. Okay, I'm very lost now.
Nice. Cool. So eventually he leads you inside, and you hear him like unlock a door and bring you in and open another door and close it and go through a few chambers, it seems. And then he just puts his hand on your shoulder and says, count to 10 and remove the blindfold. I will wait for you outside.
Hope I don't get my face taken
And
off.
then you hear the door close. Sereth and Paloma, what are you doing right now? Do you want to go and investigate?
I'm trying to buddy cop with Mallory.
Oh yeah, and is Violet with you during the investigation?
Oh, can it be Violet, Mallory, and I?
think
That's a good
you
question because remember she
Yeah.
kind of got freed and went off, and
Oh
so
yeah,
it's kind of up to her if
she's
back or not.
available. I think you're
It doesn't
still.
have to be. Yeah,
yeah.
I guess.
She's just not
Sarah,
stuck,
what are you
but she's
interested in
available.
doing? And I'm happy to coordinate. But I was thinking that we might try to go to where La Hortensia last was seen.
Like investigate the alley over there.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so this is it's an alley across the street from the Figs place, and in daylight it is pedestrian. There's like a cobbler and a vegetable stand next to it that's open. And what do you see in the alley that that indicates that this is not this is a place where people just use to get from place to place instead of it being like a secret hidden place?
I guess the first thing that comes to mind is that there's like no place to sit. And it's like even like a little bit more than that, like antagonistic to even like crouching down. Like there's no comfortable place to like really stop.
Nice.
What are we waiting for? Sorry.
Oh, what do you see in the alley that tells you it's just like?
Oh, I'm
it's
there.
just
I thought I
normal
didn't know I
place,
was
yeah.
with him.
Oh, yeah, I
Did you
thought
want to
you
be
were.
there too?
Yeah.
I thought I was. I thought she was going with her buddy.
You're
Oh,
welcome to come.
No, Mallory has got paperwork and shit to do.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, what?
Yeah, she's She's got a job. She can't
Well, I
be
can just
floating
go
around all
bother
day.
her some more. She did work the night shift. She might be sleeping.
Because I kind of thought I was off on a different errand.
Oh yeah. What did you want to do?
I was going to do a little research at Hargrave into any. Are there any societies around London, perhaps, that might be fans? Word I'm looking for.
Sympathizers?
No, well, that works, but where you're, oh God, you overly like worship them.
Sycophant.
Yes, thank you, sycophant.
Yeah.
Sycophantic vampire clubs.
Ooh, interesting. I love that. Let's do investigation in the
What?
alley
I
first. We'll
wanna
come
go
back to
that.
that. Yeah. I think just
an
a
alley.
straight up information move in the alley will maybe give us something. So probably with reason, I'm guessing. Just looking
Oh, are
for
you back to
clues.
me?
Yeah.
Okay. With reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Paloma's like huffing and puffing around and is like, I can totally do Valerie's job better than her. She doesn't know anything. It's just has not stopped talking about how much she dislikes Mallory, but like
Nice.
excessively. And often in backhanded. Okay. I'm rolling 2 plus
Yeah, 2 dice plus 3
3 to find a clue in the alley.
to find a clue in the alley. That is a 12.
Yes.
Ooh.
I mean that mastermind
right.
clue from an
Mastermind clue, and that's
Uh-oh.
mastermind clue number 10.
alley. Just
Oh,
poking around an
no.
alley. Yay.
I mean, she's gonna start acting against us directly.
Yeah. Might as well
our
do it
friend.
at the dinner party. Yeah, I think
She's going to reveal all our terrible secrets at the dinner party
No.
in front of everyone.
it's gonna be so much fun. I think in the what was that? That was on Figs. In the alley, it is since it is basically just like a smaller street, you don't expect this amount of hay to be scattered on the ground there. There's a large as if like someone had been using it for a stable. There's no entirely too much hay. There's no evidence of like animals being kept in it, or it being anything but just like a street. But after kind of like I'm looking for clues here, there's like, oh, you're like ankle deep in hay in here, and no one seems to like pay it any mind. Let me see about a mastermind clue. Well, let's go to Gareth's thing, and I'll get a mastermind clue lined up. So you're researching like vampire fan clubs, basically.
Yeah, my goal, because me and Violet still had this business venture we're trying to get off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a
yeah.
sycophantic bunch of vampire worshippers could help with one branch of it that would also help us solve our vampire boy problem. It's all connected.
But we have the question answered for the vampire.
Right, but one of the things we have to do is set up a place for him to regularly feed.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so you want to like find
Like
a vampire
a
club
supernatural brothel with sycophantic vampire fans who would love to pay to be fed upon.
Aha, got it.
Now you see my master plan.
Yes. So this isn't necessarily an information move because you're not looking for clues. This would be a day move. So what are you afraid might happen when what are you afraid you might discover about this vampire club that is not what you want?
That they're only interested in being turned, because I need people who want to be fed upon but not turned.
Nice.
And unfortunately, a lot of vampire fans naturally, their fantasy is to be turned into a vampire.
Yeah, clearly that's the only reason. Cool. This is gonna be with reason then. You got 2. So that's 2 dice plus 2 for a day move.
Reason. Is there anything I can add to that for any reason? Do I need to add anything? I should know this game by now. We've only been playing it for a billion weeks. Yeah, you know what? I feel like I could use. This is a great time for me to use my brazier for scrying, since I'm very specifically looking for that niche of want to pay to be fed upon, but don't want to be turned. It's a very specific niche, and I think the brazier of scrying could help me perhaps zero in on that.
So are you more like doing research in the library, or are you like scrying for information?
Well, initially I was thinking I was researching in the Hargrave library, but I don't. That might give me a start as to like that might have information on like various vampire fan clubs, but probably not, the specifics of.
Yeah.
Which
so
maybe
maybe like using the scrying to like pointers, because the Hargrave library is vast. So maybe you're like it kind of singles out a few places to look, helping you there.
Yeah, of this very specific
nice
niche I need.
Cool. 2 die or 3 dice, top 2 plus 2.
I should just create advantage rolls of each of my. I've got rolls for each of my stats, but I should also just create advantage rolls for each of my stats, which I have in my little app, which I guess I could be using as well. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. 3d6. Scrying. I'm scrying.
I just saw the description for the alley roll.
Alley clue.
Plus
Alley clue.
Alley clue.
I'm glad that you did that.
9, 10, 11.
That is an 11. Awesome. Yeah, so there definitely is a vampire fan club. What's it called?
Let's see. The Kindred Buffet.
Is buffet a word back then?
Oh, that's a good point, was it?
Banquet? How about the Kindred banquet?
There you go. That works.
I'm looking things up.
Oh, you can.
Oh, you can eat.
But don't turn us.
More romantic.
Yeah, it comes from the 13th century.
Ooh, wow.
Learned something here tonight.
A Kindred
Oh, that
banquet.
was- Yeah, in the sense of furniture, it was there, and then expanded to
right. A buffet.
a meal. The meal was in 1700 or so.
A buffet is fantastic. I'm gonna take banquet though. That sounds more vampire.
Sorry.
It does sound fancier.
Buffet's a great start.
Cat food.
Yeah.
It's wet.
Fancy feast.
That's also great.
Just pushed it all the way to the other
You
end.
want to be a member of the fancy feast?
No, no, I don't.
we dress fancy and they feast on us. It's the fancy feast.
Great.
I just want to drive future cars. Yeah, so there definitely, there are probably several. This is definitely the one that like wants to be fed on instead of being turned or whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's got a few dozen members probably from the mostly upper class, looking for hedonistic pleasures that are not available to the normal common people. So yeah, you definitely have their whereabouts and can go harass them at your leisure.
That's my plan.
Yeah.
Recruit them
recruit
for my new business. I got a business for you. A low monthly subscription fee.
Francis.
Hello.
You are alone in a room with a blindfold on, and it has been 10 seconds.
Okay, so
Did Francis get distracted, kept losing count.
Yes, he's counted to 10 about 5 times by now, but was
Sorry.
having trouble keeping tabs on the number. And then finally, at his like fourth go around at 8, decides he's given it enough and peeks out from one eye under the blindfold. And then takes the blindfold off.
Before you even take off the blindfold,
Oh,
there's a smell to the room, kind of like a earthy, it smells like a tomato vine, kind of. It smells like
Okay.
there's a garden in there almost.
oh.
But when you take the blindfold off,
Mhm.
you're in a small-ish gallery, about the size of a living room, and it's rather dark.
Mhm.
The description is artistically lit. So there's a few paintings on the walls, with little candelabras next to them.
Mhm.
And there's a sculpture, a bust on a pedestal, about 6 feet in front of you, and it is facing away from you. And there's like little tables with fancy things on it and velvet, and
Alright.
and it, as you kind of like look around, you can see that there's little flecks of blood in a lot of places.
Mhm. Okay.
What do you do?
Um,
Cut your face up.
I think, let's see, Francis like is probably slow to notice the flecks of blood because first he wants to check out the paintings. Like he has a strong idea of how to respectfully go
Mhm.
through a gallery. And so he is going to size up the painting closest to
Yeah.
him and see if it impresses his
Yeah,
sense of aesthetics.
it does.
Oh,
They're all portraits, and at least the first one you look, it appears as if it was like, what's the period right after the Renaissance? Like is it Baroque? No, the very like
yeah,
Rubini looking, like very vibrant. Like,
Rococo maybe?
yeah, Rococo, and but you can tell that the face, and it's a woman, some sort of lower nobility, probably had a portrait done
Oh no,
in
you
the
were right, it's
style.
Baroque. So.
Baroque, yeah.
If
And
it's
there's
not
like
Baroque,
little,
don't fix it.
don't
Yep,
fix
yep.
it. There's little like cherubs and stuff lounging around. But the face has been not immediately, obviously, but you are able to tell because of your heightened sensibility. The face has been painted over and redone, and you can kind of tell that the I think you may even be able to like have a sense of who this person was just by like their dress and the setting that she's in.
Mhm.
And you can kind of tell that the whoever painted over the face was very talented in mimicking the style of the painting.
Oh
And
yeah.
actually, you almost get the feeling that she was very plain looking when she had the portrait done, but
Mhm.
the face now is just like glowing.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the I forget what period it is. Like there's the American paintings of like waterfalls and skyscapes where like everything's, yeah, there's like
Illumination
illuminated
Oh
kind of
yeah, where
stuff,
they
and like,
put like 15 layers of gloss over it until it just
yeah,
looks
yeah, it's
like
almost
it's
like,
shimmering and
yeah,
distant.
her face looks like the
Kincaid
sunbeams
painting.
coming down
Hmm.
out of the clouds. Yeah. um yeah, it's hard to tell like how that works, but
Yeah, and I
you can,
think
yeah.
Francis has forgotten what he's investigating about face removal and is like, oh, that's very nicely done. He's just impressed with the technical acumen behind it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he probably sees a similar sort of thing going on with the other paintings, I would
Mhm.
guess, or
Yeah, they're all they're from different periods. None like super old. Like probably you found the first painting in a series, maybe.
yeah.
Some of them are a lot more recent,
Hmm.
but all like similarly. There's like some of them have multiple people in them, but there's always one person who has been kind of improved.
Refaced.
Yeah,
Okay, and so I think then Francis is gonna like kind of turn in a direction, see that he still hasn't checked out the statue and kind of checking it out from every angle as he goes around to see it.
yeah. And this is a bust. What do you notice about it that is a like clear but subtle improvement?
Oh, okay, let me think for a second. Um, hmm. Oh, that doesn't make sense. I think, yeah. This is kind of a reach. But I think it's a figure that traditionally, like it's a knight, I think. A bust of a knight in armor. And traditionally there would be a helmet, a helm, and you can still see some traces of where it would have been. But that's been etched away, and very finely detailed hair, tightly pulled back, has been etched out of what was once an elaborate piece of headgear.
Nice. If there were like little plates of like cheese and grapes and cordials and stuff,
Mhm.
would Francis kind of naturally be drawn to those?
Yeah, yeah. Again,
Um,
he's kind of dropped the hunter module and picked up the visitor at an art gallery module.
This is where he gets his second taste of human flesh.
Eating people.
Probably not the
what's,
first time he's ever ate a person.
what's
I
Francis's
have 2
overall?
nickels, which is not a lot, but it's,
It's weird that it happened twice.
it's
So like with all these all these sort of similarly improved works of art that were obviously like not original, but the art that has been done upon them is definitely of high quality. What's Francis's general feelings about it?
I think he's probably confused at this point. He's easily confused, but he's like, if you're of that level of skill, why wouldn't you have just a gallery of your own complete works?
Mm-hmm.
Why? And like his brain is like trying to chase it around. It's like, oh, maybe this is somebody who hires themselves out to do, spot work on other pieces of art. Maybe they do bits of restoration or improvement for some family that wants to replace a face in a painting or something. Oh, they probably think I'm a client and have picked up art that it does not meet my standards.
Nice.
I think that's his impression, and so he's probably wondering action-wise, like at this point, how do I tell them? I mean, I'll make referrals to them, of course. They're clearly an artisan of great skill, but I don't really think I have any jobs lined up for this person or this studio.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's just kind of looking
Yeah.
around. Anyone here? And again, some part in the back of his brain is like, no, you're here to investigate a series of murders. But that is being drowned out by art field trip.
After kind of like surveying these, you notice there is one more piece that seems to be kind of like stashed in a dark corner, where it's not easily seen.
Yeah.
And it's just a plain wooden mask on what looks to be a figure with a just like a like just like a long white smock or cloak or a robe of some kind.
Yeah.
And but it's in like a darker corner where it's not clearly not on display.
Yeah.
What are you afraid might happen when you get closer to that?
Oh man. Well, I know what Francis is afraid of. But I'll step back. Like, I think Francis is afraid of he'll just nudge it and it'll fall over and get damaged in some way. So he wants to be very careful with the art in the corner. I mean, my fear about this, is that the painting is somehow cursed and that interacting with it.
Oh, it's not a painting, it's an actual wooden mask.
Oh, okay. And then the figure that it's on with the robe, is that
Yes,
like...
it just looks like a almost like a it could be a sculpture or statue.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I guess the fear is that it's an actual person with a mask who removes their mask, there's no face there, and molds it to Francis's face.
Amazing.
Whew,
Yeah.
worse than that.
I think this is a
But this is day stuff, right? So
I think this
it's
is a
not
night
wooden.
move because it's
Oh God.
yeah.
I'm sorry,
Um,
team.
Wait, how is it a night move in the day?
He's gone into the night,
Yeah, he's
World.
in a
the underground
in a-
world.
tricky little place here.
Yeah, the nature of the move rather than the time of day is dictating that it's night, I assume.
Yeah. Even worse, this is Sally No Face. And
Mhm.
they will do everything they can to take your face.
Sorry.
Gonna make you
Um,
Francis, no face.
And no, we
And this
sent
is-
Francis to the one where they want to steal faces. A pretty one.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is a composure or a reason move?
Let's see. I mean,
Are you trying to figure out what it is, or are you trying to like, or is how does Francis feel about it? Like, is he nervous or curious?
okay, yeah, I do think, I know this is min-maxy, but I feel like Francis's character, like there's not enough reason in there to be intensely curious about what's there. It's more like, oh, there's a spooky figure in the corner.
Yeah,
I think I have to approach it or it'll just get scarier and scarier.
yeah, cool. That's a composure move then.
Oh boy. Okay, so modifier of 2d6 plus 2. And I'm rolling that. 12.
12. All right.
That's our Francis.
Coming
Yeah,
through at the weirdest times.
that's great. Yeah, so it is person sized, and
Uh-huh.
as you get closer and closer to it, you are afraid that it might, like, there are you get closer, and as you like get out of the lighting and into the darkness, your eyes adjust a little bit, and you can see there are actually like black rubber gloves attached to the sleeves of the
Oh.
smock.
Yeah.
And it's standing there as if it's a person, and you get closer
Yeah.
and kind of like can't help but look and
Wow.
take the mask off, and there's just the blank cloth, or a blank sort of a ceramic face
Oh,
of
okay.
a very fancy, like it's not a sculpture, but it's like a life-size doll.
Yeah.
And mask, yeah. Yeah, and the mask is just like it's like Cobra Commander smooth. But
Oh.
Inside the mask
His Cobra Commander.
His Cobra Commander.
Cobra! Yes, I command. Oh no, like that wasn't
We
Cobra
have
Commander.
here.
That was
I want your face, G.I.
Yeah.
Joe.
who was the big snake guy in G.I. Joe?
Serpentor.
Thank
I
you.
liked him. I had that action figure
Yeah, Serpentor is great.
without any context for it.
He was the guy who would scream, "This I command."
Ooh, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is great. Um,
I just love that Francis has not bothered looking for any clues at all.
but you're gonna
It's
get
just
one.
like,
So you got a 12. Um, there is there's something scratched inside the mask that you can't really see in the darkness. You have to bring it out into the more lit part of the room,
yeah.
and it just says it looks like it's been scratched in with a very fine blade, like a
Oh, no.
razor or a scalpel or something, and it just says behind you.
Ah, no. And yeah. Okay.
And let me find.
Does Francis turn around and get his face cut off?
No.
I have a bad feeling about this.
And
Behind you is another mask that says "To the left
just
of you."
the
Mask
behind you
made.
is just the only door to the room you see. So it must be the one that you came in.
Oh, okay. So, and I do think that's how Francis reasons it. It's like, oh, okay, it's a cute little game to instruct me to go out the door where I came in. Do. Opens the door.
And behind the door is indeed the hallway, which you presume leads out. But there's also sort of hung like a
No.
what do they call it? Not what do they call when they hang up the Jesus?
They hang up the Jesus.
When they hang up the Jesus, there's like the art when they hang up the Jesus.
When he's
crucified.
Crucifixion?
kind of. Yeah.
dry out Jesus.
Hang up the
is
Jesus.
a body there that is dressed very
Party
nicely,
time.
Oh, no.
but has its face removed in a very nasty,
Oh no, did
manner.
they kill Vittorio?
grisly, and
bastards.
imprecise. It's not Vittorio.
Oh, okay.
You can tell that much. It's not dressed as well as
That
Vittorio.
nicely.
Yeah. He
In
would
fact,
never wear that.
but it might take a little bit to figure out who it is.
Okay.
It is, but you can tell like the face has been kind of like someone started to cut and then they just ripped it off.
Oh boy.
And that's the image that I think we'll close on.
Oh gosh.
Done.
Hang up the Jesus.
Hang up the Jesus. What do they call it? Hang up the Jesus. I thought there's a word for like the sort of like crucified pose. I think there's something else maybe. I don't know.
Crucifixion pose bodybuilding. Crucifix position, a choke from the crucifix being demonstrated by Eduardo de Lima. It is a
Oh.
chokehold in jujitsu. Okay.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna post that for the chat.
Crucifix.
I've been the king of ineffectual Google searches today.
Yes.
Cool. Crucifix. Actually, can I get one? Well, what do you think? What do you think Francis's reaction to that would be?
Sorry. Master
Jujitsu.
pun.
Oh
That was
boy.
good.
No.
Oh, meatless. Oh, it's so good.
Meatless. Crucifix. It's pretty good too.
I think, yeah, I think fear is kind of, there's a wave of just, he is disgusted by this, both
Mhm.
viscerally and aesthetically. And to the point that he kind of forgets again that he's here to track down a serial killer. And he's just, oh, like,
Keep in mind, I'm
this
pretty
was
sure
badly done.
if done right, this would qualify as an over-the-top erotic experience.
But you did get a free clue out of the roll, also free. Cool. Yeah,
So,
we'll
yeah.
call it there. Great.
Yeah, so I
Um,
think he's like hesitantly putting his handkerchief in front of his face.
Yeah, and it is
Does-
definitely like, it is fresh. There's
Yeah,
no like
yeah.
flies or anything.
Mhm,
As the camera
Um,
zooms and the music swells
Yeah,
mhm.
and the
So
credits
it's,
roll.
like it's almost like the face is
All-star
almost
plays on the sound.
steaming a little bit. It's still like
Oh man.
98.6.
Steam and
Cool.
bass.
That's it.
Just-
Let's do some stars and wishes. Let's start with Heath.
Yes, excellent. Uh, it's just wow, I'm coming up short on everything today. I mean, because everything's always awesome. So it's like I feel dumb just being like, same stuff as always. It's always awesome. Everything cool. Only wish I could think of is just personally like, oh, maybe try to check some more boxes. I was looking at that as we were nearing the end of the night phase, going, "Oh, I didn't check anything. Damn, that's
It was a pretty like snappy night phase.
yeah."
Yeah.
But no, it was
Professional.
I don't know. I feel like it's nice to when you feel like we've made some progress and sort of have some ideas where to go, and it's definitely interesting entering what I guess feels sort of like the end game ish,
Mm,
because it does change, like you've mentioned before, because now that we've all like pumped up our stats, we get even when you roll pretty badly, usually you're still gonna succeed. It gets harder and harder to outright fail. You get more and more like successes
Yeah.
with complications,
yeah.
but then you also get more chances of 12s and mastermind clues. That starts
Yeah.
fucking us. But yeah, it's just a good fun session, even if poor Sean, despite his best efforts, was useless.
He
He
did
tried
his
his
best.
We tried to give Sean one move,
Right?
one episode all about Sean, and he fucking dropped it immediately.
Just the Sean episode. Got you to the right place at least. Cool. Let's do Peter.
This was an interesting one, just because it felt like it did feel like a session where our characters were felt rarely in their elements.
Mm.
Like Francis is definitely very much in his element, wandering through an art gallery, but he's almost the worst person to have there if the job is instead investigate murder. And so and this is related to a wish, is that when we've got characters that are kind of like that, I need to relax. I wish that I can relax a little bit more and enjoy seeing where that goes. But that's just a internal wish for myself. Yeah, I like having Sergeant Mallory back in the story. And I am enjoying the cavalcade of grave robbers that are all annoying to Dr. Seth. I'm all for that bit. But yeah, I'm excited to see the meeting with Theodora Braithwaite, who will be acting directly against us, I suppose, in the future. Also, I guess we'll be getting a new threat possibly, so that'll be
Later on,
Yeah.
Meatless is leaving. Or
Oh,
Meatless.
Hi,
for now.
Meatless.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see a new threat come along.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Battling these have been challenging ones that we've been battling for a while. I think that's everything. Yeah.
Cool. Any wishes?
apart from, yeah, I think just what I was saying about kind of just leaning more into when the character and the situation are at cross purposes,
Yeah.
and just being excited and seeing what happens when we are confronted with our best friend Theodore.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens in that too. I have no idea. Cool, Nicole.
Yeah. It's another reminder that like when I'm tired, it's nice in a way because I'm not overthinking it. So I think I was like, oh, obviously this is what I do next. I've got to take him to Mallory. And I was like, oh, that's okay. I guess she's back in the story. It didn't feel like contrived. And then I'm like, oh God, we're probably gonna have a fun young adult love triangle soon with the one I hate and then the one I like fawn over. I really liked, I also agree with Peter. It's really fun in those moments to like find out what we're each needing to do, even though we're not like where we need to be.
Yeah.
Finally got to do a reason roll. That was fun. Always feels good to add +3. And even though I'm all maxed out on experience, it's still, those are still so, like the game mechanics are just still so good and so helpful to be like, oh, I'm going to keep going towards those things. So those are my stars. I didn't mean to make every grave robber annoying, but I like that they're annoying and like not a like it's a very fun way. That's Gerald. It was just a little too vague. Yeah, and I don't think I have any wishes. I might try out a different room, but I think there's carpet in the bedroom here, so maybe
nice.
I'll try that because the echo is a lot. But and Detroit is loud. Yeah, Detroit sounds like Nope.
Cool, yeah. As usual, it's fun to see everyone do their thing. Getting our ritual in all the time is good. Seeing what Sean is gonna do, like how make that get in there with the thing. It was aside from the sort of like in my mind, I think Peter's seen Barry, right?
Seen what?
Barry.
Oh yeah, the first season of it.
Okay, yeah. There's an
Yeah.
episode in the second season, I think, that reminded me a lot of this one. That's like kind of like a one-off side episode where he not important. Patrick being just kind of like a fucking crazy animal child. It was pretty fun to play and see how, and then just like Francis just laying him out and Sarah just being like, play with your toy. Like, okay, cool. Easy takedown. It was fun. Yes. And it was neat to have a quick night phase that just kind of like, oh, I guess we're doing day stuff now. And the cliffhanger is fun, so we'll roll through that. Wishes, I don't know. I got to figure out what kind of direct action we're going to be taking. I got to get the mastermind clue for Paloma. I think that's it. Good time all around. Cool. Thank you for deleting the ad.
Oh wait, we're moderators.
I was like, couldn't figure out how to do any moderation things though until I opened
We
up.
got our first spam bot.
I opened up chat settings.
We made it.
I opened chat settings and then turned on show mod icons, and then I had a little delete icon after that. I was like, now I can use my moderation.
I liked Peter just Francising it. Promo code.
That's so Francis. That's so Francis of him. Ooh, someone's offering a lovely promo code.
Francis would have so much spam.
Oh, God.
And order so many of them.
Dear sir or madam, I am interested in this deal you offer me.
I didn't know my penis could get larger. Do tell.
I require no compensation. Merely knowing I have helped a Nigerian prince such inconvenience is reward enough.
Keep your fortunes. Good deed is my reward.
You know,
He spends all day on email.
I'd never even considered that I might want 375% more ejaculate load, but now that you mention it, I'm weighing the benefits of such a bit.
I could stand to lose some weight. All right. On that note, I'm stopping the stream. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.